This is my 2008 BMW 335i, and I've been building this car for a little bit over 1 year now. I've added modifications to the exterior, modifications to the interior, and I've also modified the performance on this car. It currently has full bolt-ons, a custom tune, and recently I upgraded the turbos to ones that can handle up to 700 wheel horsepower. And with all that increased power and some spirited driving, I noticed a weak point. The brakes were pretty bad. I knew I needed to upgrade them, but here's the catch. I wanted strong brake performance without breaking the bank. Not possible, right? Strong braking performance on a budget? Well, actually it is. In today's video, I'll show you how. Yeah, look at that. When your car's so low that you're gonna have to jack it up before you put it on the lift. Actually makes me feel proud.
Oh yeah.
This car is so dirty, it's been neglected. Ever since I got the M3 running, I have not used this car at all. It's been sitting in the garage and sitting outside sometimes.
What was that again?
It's dirty, man. The good thing about this wrap is that from, let's say, 5 feet, you really can't tell it's dirty because of the mat. But then you get real close and you start to see this stuff.
The name of the wrap is Matte Dirty.
Dirty matte. Dirty matte titanium. Do I even have to say where I'm at right now? I'm sure everybody already knows that I'm at PSI Orlando with Mr. Ali. We're gonna do brakes on the 335i today, which is well overdue, especially since I'm making a lot more power on this car. Originally, I wanted to get something like a big brake kit, but man, that can get very expensive. What, $5,500, $6,000?
Yeah, that depends on the kit also.
Depends on the kit, but if you want to get something from like StopTech, like the front alone, 6 piston are like $3,500, which is absolutely insane. But thanks to the BMW whisperer, Ali, he told me a little bit of a hack. For $1,000, I could get some really good stopping power, and I wouldn't have to buy a big brake kit. And sounds like a deal to me. Obviously, you're not gonna get big brake kit power, but I'm also not taking my car to the track, so this is gonna be sufficient for the power it has for street use, right?
Yes.
Jess. It took so long for me to get here today because I have a wheel lock right here on each of the wheels that I bought from Burger Motorsports a while ago, and I lost the key. I think Ali has an extra key somewhere at the shop to remove the wheel. Okay. Maybe. Regardless, once you take that off, I'll never put it back on again. Let's just keep the stock ones because those locks are absolutely crap. You see how they're starting to rust away? And then once they rust away, they become really brittle. And if somebody ever over tightens them and you try to loosen them up, you might damage the entire key and damage the lock as well. It's happened to me. I'm on my 3rd key pretty much. Like, the quality of the locks are decent, but the quality of the key itself, it's like the soft metal that just bends very easily under load. I'd rather just stick with the stock bolts, or maybe I'll do some lug replacement, stud replacements later on, and just do it that way because it sucks. You always have to keep that key around, and even when you have the key, you can damage the lock and then your wheels are stuck on your car. Things were getting annoying. We couldn't remove the locks off the wheels. I needed the key that goes to the locks. I decided to go back home and look for the key. I couldn't find the one that I've been using, but I found a broken one that I had from the past. I gave Ali the broken key, hope for the best. He hammered it in, and guess what? He made it work. Alright, so now I can give you guys a better look. You see, this is the lock that goes in the wheel. You see how it starts corroding, and those teeth in there become very weak. And then essentially, they can get stuck on your wheels, and then it's a freaking nightmare. And here's a better look at the key. You see how the teeth are completely mangled. Very cheap. I don't recommend these at all, guys. You know, that was my fault. I could have spent a lot more money to get some quality locks for the wheels. I went cheap. I think I paid 25 to 40 bucks for these. Went through like 4 different keys, and yeah, it wasn't worth it. Essentially, these wheel locks are supposed to be an inconvenience for the thieves, but they were more of an inconvenience to me than it was to anybody trying to rob the wheels. Like, I'm just gonna put the regular bolts back onto the wheels since I always have the car garage kept, and if I do invest into other wheel locks, I'm definitely gonna spend the money for it and not deal with this crap. Always a good day when the E46 race car is in the shop. I can never stop looking at it. Ooh, that sounds nice.
New motor. Who this?
Is that what it is? Woo!
I did a motor swap.
You put a Hellcat engine in it?
Just kidding, I didn't do it. Snap-on did.
They did? That's why it sounds so good.
Warranty. Yeah, because my motor like blew up.
It sounds good. It didn't sound like that before.
Oh, it blew up as in like...
I feel like a freaking nerd, dude. I'm lusting over the motor on your freaking impact gun.
I was taking something off and it was like...
Dude, it sounds good.
Yeah, it's an N54. Slotted and drilled.
Yeah, for 250 bucks. That's what I paid for. These are eBay brakes. And guess how long it lasted me? 4 years. The disc, the pads, and the OEM sensors. Well, quote unquote OEM sensors.
Are they going the right direction?
I don't know. But I paid 250, so it doesn't matter. What's the other side look like?
Look at his and look at yours. I think yours are going the right direction.
So I installed them wrong?
Yeah, I think they're backwards.
And this was 4 years ago. Maybe that's why the braking power sucks on these.
I mean, it does make a difference, but not like a humongous difference.
Yeah.
Because these fins supposed to catch air as it's turning.
Correct. So it's gonna
way.
be this way, yeah.
And same thing with the.
Well, guess what? I'm catching air when I'm reversing. Yeah, I know buying a $250 brake set for my E93 35i was probably a stupid idea. Like, because brakes are probably like the most important things on your car. They stop you, they save lives. I don't know, I wanted to take a chance at the time and I was being so cheap. I paid $250 and they lasted me 4 years. Crazy enough, the other day let's say I was racing somebody in Mexico, of course. And when I tried to stop, it was not the easiest things. I think the brakes were getting overwhelmed and I couldn't really put firm pressure on the brakes. I had to just kind of lightly tap, wait for the cool down, lightly tap. So at that point I realized since I'm making so much horsepower, I think it's time for a legitimate brake upgrade.
We got a power steering leak, but it's like really slow. From not fitting.
Well, I think I asked. Oh, I see it.
Yeah, it looks like it just started.
What about the other side? Is it just on this side of that line?
I think it's just that line. Or it could be just a blow-by from the turbos. Because we didn't do a catch can, did we?
No, we didn't. I was gonna buy it, and I never did.
Alright, so the only ones that are gonna be a are these.
Those lines?
Yeah. Those are the hardest lines to do.
Where do they run to?
We go up to those.
Oh, I see up there.
No, they literally go up there and then connect to the hard lines. Everything else is a hard line, so you want to eliminate the soft lines to get a better brake pedal feel. Same thing with this line. See how there's one here? And they put these because of the suspension travel and the subframe movement. That's why there's a soft line here, so it doesn't, obviously if you have a hard line it doesn't move.
Correct.
And same thing with these, because of the suspension.
So they're flexible, yeah.
Yeah.
Can we go look at the brake setup? That was
Yeah.
all. By the way, the brake setup that I ended up buying was a recommendation by Mr. Ali here, so I'm putting a lot of trust into this guy.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Stop tech.
Stop tag. You gotta go with the right brand, right?
Stay on the steel lines, front, rear.
So when you say this is the most important upgrade, I know you explained it before.
Yeah.
It's gonna change the pedal feel?
Yeah, a lot. Especially on these cars. You get a lot firmer and more responsive, yeah. Hawk pads.
That's exactly what I need when I'm racing in Mexico.
They are street slash race, I guess. So that you can use them on the track a couple times, but not like crazy amount.
Okay. Ferrocarbon disc brake pads. Ooh. Now those do not look like eBay Rotors. These are Stop Tech as well, right? Cross trails. Oh my. Kind of wish they stayed this pretty the whole time. Oh. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I'm excited for these.
See? Rotation. That way.
Stop Tech, baby. I like
and
that.
we're also going to paint your hub so it matches the black.
Yeah, because it's pretty rusted right now. Yeah, this is very nice. Guys, a setup like this is absolutely necessary if you have a fast car and you're on a budget. They offer more than enough power for street use, including spirited drives, and if occasionally you like to go to the track, they work for that as well. And they're totally for street use, so you don't have to worry about them making noise when you brake. I will leave links to all the products down in the description below, and if you guys end up using those links, it does help support the channel at no additional cost to you guys. I also got to do something about these brake calipers. This natural color looks pretty bad. And especially with the wheels, the lowered height, the wrap, I should have been like done something about these calipers. I'm looking to powder coat them. I don't know what color I should powder coat them. That's the thing. So I need you guys to help me out. I'm not sure. Blue, yellow. I don't think I could get them color. Not pink. Definitely not. I don't know if I could get it to match the color of the wrap, but I doubt it. It has to be like a generic color. What about black?
Black works for me.
I mean, black is an easy way out. Let me know in the comment section below. I've seen that done before. Brembo caliper covers.
Don't do that.
Is that rice?
Yeah. Lots of it.
Listen, even though I got in a way with rocking this brake setup for 4 years, I did not recommend them. Don't do it. Just spend the extra money. Get a setup like this, especially if you have a tuned car. Well worth it. I remember when I first did my brake job on this car, it took me about 7 hours. And I didn't do brake lines, I just did the rotors and the pads. I didn't know what the hell I was doing 4 years ago. If you think I don't know much now, I knew a lot less back then. You're gonna get crap if you leave it dangling like that.
Guess what? The brake line's getting changed anyway.
I think the reason it took me so long last time was because that was seized onto the hub. I couldn't get that off.
I use an impact or something like that, it comes off easy.
Yeah, I wasn't using an impact. I was doing everything by hand. And it was stuck. It was completely seized on.
And if it gets stuck, then you just drill it out.
Okay.
They're called assembly screws.
Like a safety pin?
No, from factory when they put the rotors on, they put these on.
Okay.
But you're not required to put it on.
Really?
Yeah, because you have the lug nuts holding it.
Yeah, correct. So it's there to keep it on when you take the wheels off though, right? Kind of, maybe?
No, because you have the caliper holding it.
Yeah, you're right.
In place.
Okay, well. I bet you that bolt from BMW is like 45 bucks.
Whatever it is.
This is pretty freaking nasty here, man. Hey Ali, how do you like my my Vehicle Virals BMW shirt? You think they should get one?
I don't know. Should they?
Absolutely. Why not?
I don't know. I didn't get mine.
Whose team are you on?
I didn't get mine.
Well, if you guys want to get one, link in the description, vehiclevirals.com. I still have some left.
Sold out.
XL, actually, I think I have like 5 in XL left.
Yeah, well.
That's like the #1 selling size I have on my website.
Well, I'm a fatty, so I need an XL.
I don't have many left, but I appreciate if you guys can buy the rest of them and help support the channel. That pretty much means more money for mods on the car, more content for you guys. Link in the description below if you guys want to help support the channel. Isn't that right? He approves. You see? That's my shirt, Vehicle Virals, and that's my car. You see the resemblance? If you guys are E90X fans, I recommend it. Rock one of these shirts. Very soft, comfortable, high quality. I went through like 5 revisions to make these good for you guys. Yeah.
Why are your pads like glued on?
Because I put like this non-squeak red product on it. I didn't want them to squeak. It looked pretty bad when I first installed it. There was red coming out everywhere, and eventually the brake dust kind of made it look better.
A few moments later.
You took the words right out of my mouth. Those freaking pads are like brand new. Really? 4 years? And we still got some meat on here? I actually got quite a bit of meat.
Sell them on eBay.
You think I could get $5 out of these? Honestly, the problem with my braking, I don't even think it was the pads. I think it was the freaking rotors. So these are the rotors I had on the E93 335i. These are the Stop Tech eBay ones. Stop Tech. Night and day difference, big time. Sure, I got my money's worth for these, but now I need the real deal. And honestly, this setup wasn't too much. I could have got these slotted as well. I think they're like $16 more to get them slotted. If they weren't in stock and I didn't want to wait, plus I'm not really tracking my E93 convertible anyways, so I figured I'd just go with these and I'll be alright. What's the weight difference?
I don't know, heavy.
It's alright. Oh crap, very heavy. They're about the same weight. Yeah, man, a rotor like that definitely deserves a very nice set of calipers. Oh, at least painted ones. Mm-hmm.
Let's go in the right direction.
What?
Let's go in the right direction now.
But when I reverse, I ain't gonna have that cooling. If you guys are ever in the Orlando area, these guys at PSI know exactly what they're doing. They specialize in BMW, Porsche, maintenance, performance, you name it. So if you ever want some work done, bring it over to these guys. They're very knowledgeable and they get the job done very good.
Now we're gonna give her that makeup paint job. Ta-da! They don't look rusty.
Hey.
It came with sensors.
Oh, it came with sensors.
I didn't know that.
Ali went ahead and started putting the red anti-squeak paste on the back of the brake pads. Sure, it doesn't look good at first, but you'll appreciate it once you have a nice quiet ride. Just know that some brake pads don't even come with the paste. You would normally have to buy it separately.
I bet you'll get somebody in the comments. You're smearing it wrong.
You need a brush.
Guys, don't take any of this thing seriously. We like to have fun while we're filming and doing work on the car. This is why I like to take my car over here, because these guys are freaking fun. They're not straight-faced, they're not robots. They're just like me and you. Yep. By the way, if you guys are not subscribed to the channel yet, which most of you guys are not, let me give you guys a reason why you should subscribe. This right here is a full exhaust system for the E93 335i from VRSF. It's, I believe, the last bolt-on that I need from VRSF for this car. I already have the downpipes, charge pipe, dual cone air intakes, and the charge pipe. So yeah, the last thing I need is a full exhaust system, which is going to replace everything that I have from the downpipes all the way to the back. So yeah, make sure to subscribe if you want to see this video. It's going to be a fun one.
Stainless steel lines have a few benefits that justify buying them. For one, they can be much more durable unlike the rubber lines. They have a stainless steel weave at the outside that protect them from being damaged. But the number one reason people buy them is because it enhances the pedal feel when you brake. Unlike traditional rubber lines where the pedal can be a little mushy at times because the rubber expands, stainless steel lines do not expand under brake pressure and high temperature fluid. And essentially what that does is make the brake press firmer, and it makes it easier to bite on the brakes.
Why is this line not threading in? What the? Oh yeah, there it goes.
So yeah, next time when you're looking to change your rotors and your pads and you have the same pedal feel, well, that's not really going to change the pedal feel. You have to replace the lines with upgraded ones, and that's what's going to determine how firm or mushy the pedal is. Ooh, so fresh.
That doesn't look bad because it's not rusted.
No, it looks good, but now you can really see how bad this caliper is.
Yeah.
Looks good though, it matches. All right, front's done. Time for the rear. Which should be relatively easy except the brake lines. Stupid question, but why is it such a pain? Because of the angle to loosen up the things up there?
It's the top one.
Yeah. Doesn't look like you have much space to work with.
Oh.
Let me take a look at that special tool that you're going to use to unloosen the brake line. Oh yeah. Not a lot of people own one of these. It looks like you bent it yourself.
I did. At least yours is not rusted on there.
Yeah. Well, Florida car, baby. Again, like I said in the headers video for the E46 M3, I could only imagine trying to do this on jack stands. No thank you. Oh, that wasn't that bad.
Yeah, it wasn't that bad because you have no rust.
Okay. Oh, so that's what makes it difficult. A lot of the times they're rusted on there.
Yeah. Plus I have a special tool called bent 11 mil.
It's a very nice tool.
Yeah, it's called the crow's
Seriously?
crow's testicles.
Yeah, that's pretty cool though for not being able to get an actual wrench up there. If you were to add up all the tools you have, how much is everything worth? 20K?
Something like that.
20 or 30K? Because it seems like you got everything you need. You see that? I even got plenty of meat in the back too. I love that meaty stuff. I caught myself, but it was already too late.
I love that meaty stuff. Wait.
Mmm. Meaty. Hawk. Performance. Race proven. Street legal. What? It's like you're baking a cake.
Yeah. Do you want to go see the Nutcracker? This is how you fix your rotors. See, so if you have imperfections, you just...
You just hammer them out? What makes you think I wasn't going to use those rotors again? Maybe they're better than the StopTech ones.
Maybe they are. We'll find out on the next episode.
3 out of 4 done. 1 more to go. If you look at it, it's an overall black theme. So black springs, coilover setup, black, black,
Rust.
black, rust. One more to go. And I'm just gonna go ahead and time lapse this because I'm sure you guys don't want to see this over and over again.
Don't do this to your rotors. If you're gonna use it again.
By the way, there's a sneak peek somewhere in this video footage, this video clip right now. I'm not gonna tell you what it is, but there is a sneak peek to something in the future. Oh yeah, that's it. We're done with the rotors. We're done with the pads. Now we're gonna bleed out the system, right? Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then we're gonna move on to the exhaust, which is not gonna be on this video, but the next video. You found a 2JZ under here? Oh, there it is.
It's missing a couple of JZs. Okay, this is day 3 of brake job. Just kidding. We're gonna use semi like performance, I guess. Brake fluid.
Is that what this is?
Yeah, it's not like race because race stuff is like RBF 600 and 660. RBF 660 and 600 is like a higher temp race brake fluid that we use on stuff like that.
Okay. It's only meant for high temperatures?
I mean, you can use it on your car.
I track my car on 408, man.
Yeah, me too.
You know what? I'm just gonna put one of these stickers right on the rotor, so you know people know that I'm running StopTech right there. Perfect.
Ali went ahead and started bleeding the brakes the new school way. This is perfect when you don't have anybody else to help you and it's just you by yourself. Instead of having somebody in the driver's seat pumping the brakes, you just use this device and it pressurizes the brake lines for you. Even though sometimes I don't work on my own car, I like filming these guys working on my car. Pretty much I always learn something different and maybe I can teach you guys something new as well. So I try to do my best to kind of film and get them to explain what's going on.
Last one and we go for a test ride. Hey!
And hopefully we don't die.
How you like that branding though?
Yeah, sick.
Mm-hmm. StopTech. I'm actually surprised how many people message me on Instagram now that I put up the story about these brakes that they're interested in upgrading and they want to know the right way to do it. So I'm glad I can make this video for you guys.
Oh. Oh.
Term?
Oh.
Oh.
Oh. Watch my foot.
It has no travel. Switch right.
Well, this is how much it travels now.
Yeah, it doesn't travel much.
That's your like full pedal to the floor now.
All right, let's get these wheels on so I can try it out.
When we going though like 200 miles an hour and stopping right away?
No, we're not gonna do that. We're gonna take it easy for the first few hundred miles.
Oh, there you go.
Oh yeah, the sensors, baby.
Yeah, the ones that crumble all the time.
Oh yeah, that's right.
I mean, technically this one is not worn.
Because I didn't make it all the way to the end. Essentially, you didn't see how meaty those brake pads were? I never really got to the sensor.
Meaty.
Arby's.
Meaty. Meaty.
I don't know, man. Arby got to pay up for that plug. I remember this is the same thing that happened to me when I changed the brakes last time. It was like visible red right here. But it was a worse, it was like a pasty red. This is like a jelly red. It's not too bad. I really got to paint those calipers though. Sheesh. Yep, that's definitely the wheel that has a curb rash. Thanks to good old wifey. I might change the color of the wheels as well, along with the caliper. I know I thought about it before, but I kind of like this color, so I never did anything about it. Kind of got used to that and the color of the wrap. But now that the wheel's freaking rashed on the front and the rear, I might consider changing the color of the wheels as well. I don't know. Caliper for sure, I have to paint those. The wheels, I'm not sure yet. Alright, so he's gonna go on a test ride. Make sure everything's okay before I ride it and kill myself. How does she feel? Ooh. You close the valve?
Yes.
The exhaust is too loud when the valve is open. I definitely feel more comfortable braking on this setup than the previous setup, where I had to like tap it.
We should have done like a 60-foot test or something.
Yeah, something scientific. Well, this is not that channel, so whatever.
VTEC.
Yeah, so it doesn't feel as spongy as before, and I think it feels like the travel is a lot less. I would say like almost half less.
Look, I engaged VTEC. Disengage.
Oh yes. So the pedal feel definitely feels much more responsive. It brakes much better. I feel more confident using this setup versus whatever freaking cheap eBay stuff I was using before. Yeah, this is good. This is always like an underrated upgrade for these type of cars. People always go for full bolt-on, tune, turbo upgrades, and they forget about the brakes, which is honestly one of the most important things and the one thing that really keeps you safe. I'm very pleased and I'm happy. And I'm glad I was able to save a lot of money instead of going for like a big brake kit, which I think would be a complete overkill for what I use this car for. Now I'm gonna go ahead and film the exhaust install on the E93. Yes, it's not on this video. Like I said, it's gonna be on another video. If you guys wanna watch that, make sure to subscribe, notification bell on. If you enjoyed the video, like button. Take care, guys.